So this video goes out to everyone in Oregon and California. Just stay safe in the wildfires, guys. Please. So hello guys, and welcome back to Glocktop Predictions. Today, I'll be predicting the 2020 Week 1 NFL games, and so that's all I have to say. So without further ado, let's get into it. And now, the first week of the game, the first game today, we have a Thursday night football game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans, and I do believe that the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game. Houston Texans, obviously, they lost DeAndre Hopkins, and I think that's just not gonna help them out. I think the Texans will improve over the course of the year, but right now, I do think that the Chiefs will win 31-13. And now for the second game, I do have the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets here. Wait a second, okay, there we go. Yeah, so now I do have the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills here, and I do believe that the Buffalo Bills will win this game. I think it's going to be 31-17. And yeah, I know they had a tough start in 2019, but the Jets defense, they lost a lot of stuff. And they also have Stephon Diggs. I think that's really going to help them out. So yes, I do believe that the Buffalo Bills will beat the New York Jets 31-17. Okay. And now with the third game, I do have the Indianapolis Colts versus Jacksonville Jaguars here, and I do believe that the Indianapolis Colts will win this game by a score of 35-10. I think that the Jaguars are going to have a really, really slow start to the year. I believe that they're going to be like the 2019 Dolphins. I think that they're going to have a slow start, but they are going to impress people. They are going to be a bit underrated, I think. And anyway, I do have the Indianapolis Colts beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 35-10. And now with the fourth game of the year, I do have the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins, and I do have the New England Patriots beating the Dolphins 20-16 here. I think Patriots are going to start off slow, but then they are going to come up with a win here. And so anyway, I do have the Patriots beating the Dolphins 20-16. And now, with the fifth game of the year, I do have the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens here. And I do have the Ravens winning by a score of 41-21. I think that the Browns are not going to... I do not think that they're going to win the first game, but again, they're going to improve because first things first, they do have a new head coach in, and anyway, I do have the Ravens beating the Browns 41-21. And now with the sixth game here, I do have the Chargers versus the Bengals, and I do have the Chargers beating the Bengals 23-21. I think that the Bengals, they're going to get better and better throughout the year, but I do think that the Chargers are going to hold on, beat the Bengals 23-21. And now with the last AFC game of the year, Monday Night Football here, you do have the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos, and I do have the Titans winning this one 27-20. I think that the Broncos are going to get better and better and better throughout the year. But right now, I do think that the Titans are going to beat the Broncos 27-20. Now, moving on to the AFC versus NFC matchups, I do have the Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. That's going to be a while for me to actually say that. Anyway, I do have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Carolina Panthers, and I do think that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to hold on and beat the Panthers 24-18. I think that the Panthers are going to have a slow start throughout the year, and I just do not think that they're going to be that good this year. And I do have the Raiders holding on, beating the Panthers 24-18. And now with the second AFC versus NFC matchup, I do have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Giants here. And I do have the Steelers holding on and beating the New York Giants 23-16. I do think that the Steelers are going to hold on, and I also think that the Giants are going to get better and better and better throughout the year. Like I said that with a lot of teams, but anyway, I still think that they're going to get better and better and better throughout the year. And I do have So anyway, I do have the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the New York Giants 23-16. And now with the first NFC game, I do have the Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. And surprise, surprise here, I do have the Atlanta Falcons winning this game. I still think that the Seahawks are going to be good this year. But the reason why I picked the Falcons is because the Seahawks, they do tend to have a slow start. They almost lost to the Bengals in 2019, and then they lost to the Broncos in 2018. So, yeah, I just think that the Seahawks are going to have a slow start to the year. I still think that they're going to be good. But I do have the Falcons beating the Seahawks 28-27. And I'm not a Falcons fan. I'm a Bills fan, but yeah. Okay. And now, I do have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Football Team. And I do have the Eagles beating the Washington Football Team 24-16. I think it's going to be like last year. I think the Redskins, it could be tied in halftime, but I do think that the Eagles are going to come back and beat the Redskins 24-16. The football team. I said that before, but okay, that's just. I'm sorry if I say Redskins. It's the football team. I know. And now, I do have the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions here, and I do think that the Bears are going to win this game 24-17. The Lions, they also, like the Seahawks, they do tend to have a slow start. Again, they lost to, who did they lose to? They lost to the Cardinals in 2019, and I believe it was the Jets in 2018. So yeah, I do think that the Lions are going to have a slow start, but they still could compete. And yeah, I do have the Chicago Bears beating the Detroit Lions 24-17. And now, for the 13th matchup of the day, I do have the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings here. And I do have the Minnesota Vikings beating the Packers here by a score of 24-16. I think that, last year last year the Packers beat the Vikings two times out of 2, and I think this year it's going to tend towards the Vikings, and I also do think that the Packers will have a bit of a slow start in 2020. But yeah, so Tom Grassi, he's a YouTuber. Please don't watch this video. I know you're gonna roast me if you see it. You're probably not, but okay, whatever. I do think that the Minnesota Vikings are gonna beat the Green Bay Packers 24-16. And now with the 14th matchup of the day, I do have the Tampa. Oh no, never mind. I do have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. And I do think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to win this game. I think that the Cardinals, they're going to get off to a bit of a slow start with DeAndre Hopkins, who's new. And yeah, I still think that the Cardinals are going to be good. It's just I do think that the 49ers will win this game. And now, with the second to last matchup of the day, I do have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. And for this one, I do have the New Orleans Saints barely beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 34-31. And so yeah, I think the Buccaneers they're just gonna barely lose. I still think that they'll make it to the playoffs, but I do think that they are a bit overhyped, and I think that they're gonna lose to the Saints here, but they're still gonna have a pretty solid season. And so yeah, I do have the New Orleans Saints beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 34-31. And now, for the last matchup of the day, I do have the Dallas Cowboys facing off against the LA Rams here. So I'm sorry about that message there. It's just like, yeah, and anyway, I do have the Cowboys beating the Rams here 27-19. I do think that they are going to win the NFC East. I think it's just going to flip-flop between the Cowboys and then the Eagles or whatever. So yeah, I think the Rams are still going to be a decent team if they were only not in the NFC West. I do think that they would make it to the playoffs. But anyway, I do have the Dallas Cowboys beating the Los Angeles Rams here 27-19. And that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you like that, I highly recommend if you hit the subscribe button, that's going to be to the right. Turn on notifications, that's going to be to the left. And just like the video, please. That's going to be in the middle. And yeah, the video is going to pop up to the top right corner. And yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. So much love. Peace.